Hey y'all, if you remember a few months back, I was working on the scooter. I put an exhaust on it and basically just building it to break the sound barrier. And I think the part that's going to do it just came in. More parts, but this is a new intake. This is a new intake manifold that I'm going to bolt onto the motor, and right here, this should, I've already got an air filter for it, so this should help it break the speed of sound and maybe even reach Mach 1 or 2, but I can't get ahead of myself here. So let's bring all this stuff to the scooter and take off the intake that I already have on it. This is an intake manifold I tried to build myself out of a crappy hole saw set I bought, and didn't really work out too well. I was getting bad vacuum leaks, and the thing just wouldn't run right. After I spent quite a bit of amount of time just getting the thing running, so I went ahead and I bought this one right here. I already had the air filter and stuff from another kit I bought that was super cheap. I think I paid like $3 for it off of eBay from China. So yeah, and that one I didn't measure it and it didn't fit, so I resorted to trying to make my own, which didn't work because I got vacuum leaks, and then so then I ordered this one. I think this one was like $7 or $8, which is really not bad of a price. Especially if you were to go like Go Power Sports or something, they'd charge you like $30 for the filter and the intake. So yeah, all right, I'll get back. All right, she's off. Here it is right here. Yeah, it's pretty bad, I know. It's got all these bends and shit. But actually, I was surprised because those holes actually lined up. And I was just getting bad vacuum leaks and stuff, and it wouldn't run right. So this is an old choke lever off the original intake, which I destroyed. So yeah, this is kind of my last resort here. So let's go ahead and bolt it on, see what we can get. All right, here she is bolted in. That flips up and ups and down like that. Let's see here. Let's make sure that the butterfly valve doesn't hit. Looks good to me. So I'll be right back and grab the air filter and see how she looks. Alright, here she goes. Let's see. No clearance issues yet. It's looking good, looking good. Alright, I reckon we should give her a start, see how she runs. Cool, I'll be back. That was the weirdest thing. God damn it. Stay in. Alright boys, well the moped's having a little bit of an issue right now. The clutch is all locked up, and if I spin the flywheel, it also spins the clutch as I'm now demonstrating. See that? That should not be moving. So we're going to take this thing apart and see what's wrong. Had to take the gas tank off, and I have to get these bolts to take this case off. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Hopefully it's just rust and we can just clean it off. And if it's not, I've taken off the reduction box, which is right there. And now I had to take all the motor mounts off so I can get to the motor to take off the clutch and see what's wrong with it. So I'll take off the clutch and then start filming. Clutch is off. Here's the inside here. Here's that. So I'm gonna measure the inside of this and those right there to see if they're getting any clearance, and if not, if I can maybe grind down the inside here or shave the outside there. So I'll get my measuring tool out here. Alright, so somehow the clutch spring or something is giving out. And I think if I loosen up these bolts and then push these two together or something, it should readjust it so that it won't grab on. Because even sitting dead still, the thing wouldn't even go backwards. And I think something just got misaligned. So so what I'm gonna try to do is undo these, maybe look up a video on YouTube on how to adjust clutch shoes or something, and then do that adjustment and bolt it back together and see if it works. Alrighty. I've gotten one shoe off, and it's right here. And what I did was I slightly ground it down to hopefully give it a little bit more leeway into grabbing on. We'll see if this fixed it. I'm sort of doubting it. Actually, I'm also gonna kind of grind off the rust on the top, so I'm thinking that might be help or might be hurting it too. So yeah, I'm gonna do that right. Always figured those made a satisfying sound. So I figured out what the problem was, is that there was rust on top of so there was rust on the top of the shoes of the clutch, which pressed up against the plate. So what I did was I just sanded off the top, as you saw, and then I also sanded off around the top of the shoes. And that seemed to sort of fix the problem. I also reinstalled the flywheel, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I got everything back on. I put a fuel filter on, because for a while the scooter was running without a fuel filter, and I saw a bunch of shit in the fuel line. So I dumped it, got a fuel filter off a motor I'd lying around here, and then I just put everything back on. I got to run for a little bit. I don't know if I filmed that or not. I think I did. But when the problem was is that clutch went disengaged and whatever. But it actually runs pretty. It just needs to warm up with the fuel or with the new air filter on. But other than that, everything's pretty good. I should be able to now pull start it because I got the pull start thingy back on, and also figured out the hard way that there's fluid in the reduction gearbox, and I got oil all over my driveway, so newsflash for that. And hopefully, I haven't been able to test it out since it's kind of dark. Well, it's not dark, but there's a bunch of kids out and it's going to get dark soon, and I have exams tomorrow. So I'll probably have a test video coming out tomorrow probably. Oh shit. I just realized I can't find the tire, but the stem valve thingy, I'm sure it's somewhere. It's right here. So yeah, that's gonna be all I have for you today. And then tomorrow I'll probably make a video about Trevor's go-kart and why you should not keep 30-year-old gaskets in your carb. Anywho, see you later.